Welcome to Video Hell Show, everybody. My name is Frank, and today we're going to be talking about the Capitol Conspiracy.
The Capitol Conspiracy.
So, I actually got this movie because I saw the preview for it while I was watching Strip for Action for the last triple header I did, and I said, I gotta have that. It was at least a well-cut trailer that caught my attention, so I figured I'm gonna get my hands on that and we're gonna watch it for the show, and boy howdy am I very pleased that I ended up picking this one up. It is so bad it's good action adventure on par with Felony. Absolutely ridiculous. Cheaply made. Badly acted.
You know, I really don't approve of violence. But I guess there's no other way out of this for me, is there?
Just a pleasure, a sheer joy to watch. We'll get right into it here. So the first thing I'll do, as I always do, is read to you a little bit off the front of the box. Don the Dragon Wilson and Alexander Keith in The Capitol Conspiracy. The tagline here is, when they're in your head, how do you watch back? Oh, fuck. When they're in your head, how do you watch your back? And after watching the film, I don't know in what context it is, but you'll see why that doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense here in a second. This is a Royal Oaks Entertainment film with Concord and New Horizons, released via New Horizons home video once again. Buckle up. I'm going to read to you, as I always do as well, most of the time. Off the back of the box here, we got some great action scenes, people holding guns, people getting kicked at or kicked in the face. Don the Dragon Wilson holding a pistol and, you know, all sorts of good stuff. This is a screener, so you also get on the front here for screening purposes only, which also plays along the lower third of most of the movie, which is always fantastic. But you also get some fun little industry stuff on a screener. It's fun to pick these up every once in a while, but anyway, reading the back of the box, as you can see, they have a full novel. You can see that here. It tells you the entire movie. When they write descriptions like this, I don't understand why they try to entice you by telling you the entire plot of the film. But let's see if I can keep enough moisture in my mouth while I try to read this off. Fast on the trail of a group of anti-government radicals, CIA Special Agent Jared Maddox, aka Don the Dragon Wilson, is shaken by a series of mysterious mental flashbacks and rediscovers his involvement in a top-secret government experiment. He realizes that so-called radicals were all orphaned children using He realizes that the so-called radicals were orphaned children used as guinea pigs in a mental experiment to cultivate it's hard to say. All orphaned children used as guinea pigs in a mental experiment to cultivate clairvoyant abilities. Basically the plot of Stranger Things with 11. Unable to trust anyone, including his beautiful partner Alexander Keith, and on the run from a deadly hit squad, he's now on a crash course with his own hidden past. Determined to save himself as well as those who were wronged, Agent Maddox will risk his career and ultimately his life to uncover the shocking truth of what really happened. It says down here, starring Don the Dragon Wilson, which we already knew, from Blood First Series 1 through 8 and Operation Cobra. I haven't seen either of those fantastic pieces of film, but I might have to get my hands on them. By the way, I can't wait for YouTube to flag my video because I mentioned Capitol Conspiracy, and I guarantee this is going to have something to do with that whole thing that happened on last January 6th, but hopefully they give me a break because that's not at all what we're talking about here. We're talking about a shitty movie. So hopefully they don't do something stupid like flag my ads or, they don't try to, like, you know, copyright strike me or some kind of crap for even mentioning this. But anyway, the very first opening scene we get in this movie is a black and white, what we can only assume is a flashback because it's in black and white, to a bunch of kids in what looks like a crappy version of the dam set where Wolverine is kept in the X-Men movies. We find out later on it's like under a government facility, so all these kids are obviously being tested on. And one of the really funny things in this opening scene is somebody who's operating the camera, it's meant to be that you're almost like watching documentary footage of these children. it seems like, and whoever is using the camera and the lighting keeps blasting the lights directly into the children's face. Blinding these poor little children and getting them on film to be, you know, awkward. I guess they wanted it to be gritty looking and realistic in a sense, but it just ended up being weird, and I felt bad for those kids on the day of filming. We know these kids are obviously being experimented on, I guess, by the government. If you read the front of it, you can already assume it's the government. We get that stupid opening scene, and then we follow along with Don the Dragon Wilson's character immediately after. We see him in his car. They're about to do what looks like a sting.
Keggs, Vernon, you guys cool?
Yeah, we're both bored as hell, but still breathing. What is it? Did the spies go on strike today?
Come on, Keggs, what's the scoop on this guy?
Is he always this late? Well, you know, same old, same old.
To try to nab some dude who's got a briefcase, whatever, he's an agent. He's supposed to be CIA. They don't really mention that he's CIA until the very end, but they keep calling it like the agency. They keep alluding or using other nicknames for the CIA, but they don't actually call it out by name until nearly the end of the film. These guys try to arrest this guy, like he's doing a bag handoff. There's a guy that comes out of a building.
Here's the briefcase.
Let's rock and roll.
And also stops and like says hello to this woman with a baby. Everyone goes their separate directions. The three agents try to nab this guy. They take him.
What the hell is this? Excuse me, sir.
Federal agent, sir, you're gonna have to come with us.
Doesn't have the right briefcase. It's an empty briefcase.
Forget it. It's empty. Not again, Maddox.
And then they're like, oh, Don the Dragon Wilson's like, oh, it's probably the woman in the carriage. So the two other agents chase the woman with the carriage.
Baby carriage.
And he notices the homeless guy who just picked through the garbage that the guy, the first dude originally went into.
Hey, buddy!
Notice he picked through the garbage and then started chasing him, so they're going in different directions. I think Don catches up with the guy the other guy originally, but the other two who go to the baby carriage woman realize that that woman wasn't real either. It was a man in a wig.
Excuse me, Matt. Oh, I'm sorry, can we talk to you for a second, please?
With not a baby, and the carriage gets pushed into the street.
Drop it, Tootsie!
And as the carriage gets pushed into the street, this car hits it. So these agents are like, oh no, this baby got killed.
Take the baby! I got it!
Like, as a viewer, you understand that because that dude was doing a Dr. Evil getup from like friggin' Austin Powers, took this wig off, and was obviously like a giant dude. They get in a little tussle, and then they're shocked that this baby gets hit by a car. And like, but you as a viewer know it's not a baby. So he runs over, gets it.
Hey, back up, buddy. Ventilator, back up.
Pulls out a tape recorder. He's like, shows the other agent. He's like, oh man, we're good. It's a tape recorder. And then like you hear these beeps, and then all of a sudden I think he flips over the tape recorder. There's a bump on the back of it. And he has it starts I think at like 3 or 4 seconds, and it says that on the thing, you see it. And this dude's staring at it, and rather than like try to throw it away, 3 seconds is a lot of time when it's more than enough, I think, to at least try to save yourself. Makes absolutely no attempt. He looks at the 3 seconds, then is like, and then this dude, one of the very first scenes in the movie, I mean, it's real soon. It's within the first 5 minutes. This dude explodes in the street. And at that point, I was watching one of the best, worst things I've ever seen. It was absolutely hilarious. It was, I mean, I guess you're supposed to be horrified, and maybe I'm cynical and a terrible person, but like, A lot of the fighting you see, like in the beginning, where Don the Dragon's starting to karate or kung fu. I don't know what his discipline is, but he's starting to like kick at people and stuff. And you could tell like at least half, if not more, of the kicks look like a marking rehearsal. Pulled, they're half speed, they're really weak. He's not really trying, but some of them look like he full on accidentally or on purpose kicks people directly in the face. So it's funny that like maybe he was having trouble pulling some of his kicks to half speed for camera and accidentally ended up kicking some stunt dudes in the grill. So the CIA, you see some like interior shot of the CIA at some point, and like they're watching footage of what I believe is a terrorist attack on a courthouse.
Apparently these people mean business, and it's costing us American lives.
There's this exterior shot of this courthouse like somebody was there filming it, but there's absolutely no reporters and no reason for anyone to have been there filming it, especially in the position they were. And they watched the courthouse explode. So it's like, who was filming that footage? Why was there a camera there? And I think there was more than one angle on the explosion. So like, they have multiple non-security camera pieces of this building exploding from street level. Oh, just genius filmmaking at work here. They talk about the international something cult of terrorism or some shit.
This so-called international militant cult is just humiliating every agency in D.C.
And that's who's doing stuff. Really bothered me that this one dude that Don's working for, I don't remember his name in the movie. I read it, I saw it, don't remember it, don't care. His name's Don the Dragon to me. But so he sees, he's talking to this boss of his who says the word dossier in a very weird way.
The FBI was kind enough to loan us their dossiers.
I felt like that really just jarred me out of it real quick, so I had to just mention that. So there's a scene where Don the Dragon's sleeping in his house. This dude who busts in looks like a homeless guy. He says he's trying to save him, and he's trying to stab him with a needle, and he's alluding to like the X-Men crap that we saw in the beginning.
Oh, God. It's okay. Just follow me here, okay? It's in the blood. You see, it's in the white cells. Don't you get it, man?
We know this, it's obvious. He's like, oh man, you know, I'm gonna save you. You were part of something. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna save you. And he tries to stab him with this needle. Meanwhile, he doesn't actually stab him, but he grazes Don the Dragon's arm with it while he's trying to tussle with him. He passes out. His boss, and I think it's his dad. Eventually we find out too, this is so stupid, that Don the Dragon's boss, his full boss, like one of his two main bosses, is also his father, who also works for the CIA. So stupid. So Don the Dragon's taking this trip all of a sudden. I can't remember where or why, who cares. He's on this plane, and it's like the largest plane I've ever seen. It's obviously like a set. It's not a real plane. It's so wide. There's so much space in between the aisles. There's so much space in between the last row and the divider walls of, I think they're in first class, but it's hard to tell. You know, everybody's in this cabin section. There's maybe 8 rows of seats. And these dudes that are huge, and obviously you come to find out because one of them is wearing a title belt on the plane for some reason, that they're pro wrestlers, I guess. And these 2 wrestlers started harassing the flight attendant.
Well, you know I'm famous. You know I wrestle on TV. Millions of people tune in just to watch me. Hey, how about a massage, baby? Huh? Daddy needs a good massage. Why don't you give me a good rub?
Don the Dragon, of course, gets up, intervenes.
Please. What's the problem? Hey, Joe and Sky Slice, that one's taken.
I think you've had enough to drink, buddy. Step aside.
You son of a bitch.
Knocks these 2 dudes out in their seat. But he takes that flight. If he was first class, he goes to stay at like a crappy motel with his partner, who's going to be working with him on this assignment. But like, if it was first class, why did he go stay in a hotel? Why did they stay in a nice hotel if they were willing to spend the money on first class? But if it was coach that he was on in the plane, why were the wrestlers in the back seat? I don't know. Whatever. Then director decides to throw just an awkward and jarringly crappy out-of-place nude scene into the film with Don the Dragon's female partner, who is coming out of the bathroom after a shower. And Don just walks in the room, because I guess he's staying there too, so I suppose he doesn't have to knock. But, like, I guess I would have, because if I knew somebody was there before me, I would have knocked. But he walks in, and woman is completely nude, and, like, he doesn't even turn around or anything. He just stays looking at her, and she gets embarrassed and wraps a towel around herself.
What are you staring at? You never seen a naked woman before?
No, it's not that. I was just wondering if you came with the room.
Fat chance, Agent Maddox.
But it's just such a gratuitous scene. It has no value. It's just exploitative and gross. There's a funny scene where Don the Dragon's on his computer and his old school laptop, and his email is reading itself out to him, and it happens a couple times throughout the film.
Can you picture Loggins and Kepler working together? Seems like company intelligence isn't what it used to be. If I were you, I'd watch my back.
I don't believe that technology existed back then. I really don't. I don't think it existed. This is 1998. The internet had only been around for a little while, formally speaking. I mean, DARPANET had been around for a lot longer, since the 80s, but still. This dude's using what doesn't look like a very advanced laptop even for the time, and it's reading out his emails, which is ridiculous. They go to investigate this other lady who apparently has Don the Dragon's superpowers, because at this point we understand that the CIA is hunting down all of these people to kill them because they're a threat, I guess. They never clearly explain it. They don't care. We shouldn't either. And they're outside this lady's house, and they're hiding in the bushes, and for some reason she knows they're there.
Would you two like to join me? I won't bite.
There's no way she could have made us.
Where's your friend?
I guess it's because of her clairvoyancy. And she's like, oh, you guys can come in and join me if you want. Don't be shy. And so they both pop up. Don joins her. But his partner, just like instead of going into the house, just slowly sinks back into the bushes. Even after she was like, she doesn't even say anything. She just goes. The text back behind the bush. I laughed so hard at this. It's just so stupid. I laughed uncontrollably hard. I don't know why. It looked like a Tim and Eric thing, or like some crap out of Parks and Rec. Like if Andy got caught hiding behind a plant. You know what I mean? Holy crap. At this point in the film, as I was watching it, I didn't fully understand yet that we were talking about these people having psionic abilities. But she mentions that she does, and she has this this sight thing.
Because of the gift, of course.
Gift? What do you mean?
How do I explain it? It's like when I call for my kids and they don't come home, I can see where they are just by concentrating on them.
And whatever. So Don's like, okay, we'll bring you in. I'm gonna go get the car. Partner, watch her. I was like, God, here we go.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
Thank you.
I called that she was going to shoot this woman. Lo and behold, he's out getting the car. You hear 2 shots crack off. He runs back in. The woman's dead on the floor with a gun on her chest.
She pulled a gun on me.
Don the Dragon's partner, exploitated woman, was shot in the arm. Grazed. So she says, oh, you know, she tried to pull a gun on me when I turned around. I turned around for a second. I had to shoot her. Obviously BS. We found out at that point, because everybody just talks about it, that they have psionic abilities. We're basically watching an X-Men ripoff, a past version of, I guess, what ends up being sort of Stranger Things, but also not, because it's just stupid. And Stranger Things is well done. So now a new agent is called into the mix by the CIA to hunt down Agent Don the Dragon Wilson, because I guess his partner, we already know she's trying to betray him. It's clear. If you don't know, you're stupid. That this woman is going to betray him eventually. But then, like, they send another agent, so I guess the CIA is so inefficient that they have to send more than one person to get the job done. So they send this Agent Hunter that looks mighty familiar. I can't remember what movies he's in, but I know I've seen his face before. So I'm going to play some films that he's popped into here real quick. Oh yeah, that one. So they go back to, Don the Dragon and exploitated lady go back to the hotel, And they come out, and there's a bunch of agents waiting outside, but they don't see them. And I mean like 30, and they're all like standing outside of their cars in a pattern that's very noticeable. And you'd have to be either blind or like... No, blind. I think that's the only way you couldn't see them. And then one of them shoots at the two as they get into the car. Sort of. Misses. And then, like, but nobody else shoots. So if the order was to shoot on sight and that the lead agent decided to shoot, and that was cool, why did nobody else shoot? And then why did nobody do nothing as they got in the car and basically drove away? I don't know. Oh my god. This movie's so bad and so stupid. But also great and hilarious. Again, little things that made me bust out laughing. Just choices that make no sense.
Agent Maddox, you're about to help me get that promotion I've always wanted. All I have to do is kill you.
We're gonna have to ditch this car.
Oh, we get to, I guess, what eventually has to be the obligatory sex scene in this film. Because it's a terrible Skinamax crap exploitation film from the 90s. Don the Dragon and his exploited sidekick get exploited sidekick. They get all hot and heavy in the most poorly lit, unsexy, awkward, and gross sex scene I've ever seen. It's just so... It's weird. There's like... It's mostly heavy petting of each other and like awkward kissing of each other's necks and like a little bit of creepy pecking on the lips and like just awkward, close, huggy rubbing. It's just... And the lighting is terrible and nobody looks sexy and you don't even want to see it. It just looks like you're watching two dirty bums do it in an alley. It's gross. Oh man, and by the way, their motel room is disgusting. It is so dirty. Like the motel is dirty, their room is dirty. It looks like Charlie's apartment from This Is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie and Frank's apartment. It is gross. I bet there's like dead roaches under the bed. It looks like there's pee on the floor. There's like dirty stains on the walls. And they want to really get it on in this lovely environment. Ugh, probably get scabies. Gets a little slow. Movie gets a little slow in the second act. Not gonna lie. Kind of makes you want to go to take a quick nap. But they seem to throw enough like fun, mildly fun gun scenes, like gunfight scenes, and some mildly fun kung fu scenes in there, or karate scenes, just to keep your attention going as they move along. And honestly, like Don the Dragon as a CIA agent, like his character might be one of the stupidest agents ever. He keeps encountering these people with the same abilities as him, and is like, here, I'll question you a second. You can go do whatever in the meantime. I'm gonna go get the car. I'm gonna let you go take a leak. You can go do whatever you want. I'll question you after you go do what you need to do, though. Instead of questioning you right now, which is my job, he lets them go and they always die.
I turn around just for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like 3 times it happens, at least. Maybe more. He's like, hey, guy that's got the same abilities as me. Meanwhile, if these people are all clairvoyant, they should all see what's coming. And none of them stop it! Including him! He's supposed to be clairvoyant too! He doesn't stop anything from happening! He should see all this shit coming. Nope. He's not only the shittiest CIA agent, he's the worst clairvoyant super person that the government has ever created, I guess. So I guess this is why they want to kill him. They're all just so pointless, and they don't do their jobs. So they may as well, the CIA may as well rub them off, I guess. And eventually the CIA busts into the motel room and shoots what is obviously an empty room. Unless the 2 agents were hiding under the bed, which conceivably could happen, you know? But it's a room that they bust into and you could see all of the walls, and the only place they could be is the bed, but they literally shoot like every square inch of this room. And then I even forget, I think they pop out of like the closet of the bathroom, Don the Dragon and his partner, and they shoot these people.
Damn it, he's not here.
I guess. Oh, God. And if the woman's working for the CIA still, why would she not cooperate with these agents? Just shoot Don the Dragon. And at the end, we get of that assault on the motel room. I think it was Don, or maybe his partner says, just drops a awful quip at the end. Better leave a tip for the maid or something.
Better leave a big tip for the maid.
Yikes. So the whole time, while Don the Dragon's been getting these emails, we eventually go to see the guy that's been sending them, and he gives the best performance in the whole movie. Kind of reminds me of the underground dude that lives in the basement of the college in the movie Real Genius. Reminds me of that a little. And then he gets killed.
That's exactly.
Yet another clairvoyant manages to not see his own fate coming. Maybe that's the hook. They never say that, but maybe that's what you can't see. Somehow. I mean, these people are supposed to be from like what was a real CIA attempt during the Cold War. This is like the whole basis around this is remote viewing. That during the Cold War, we tried to use people with these so-called abilities to view remotely other people on planet Earth doing things. None of this has ever been confirmed to have actually happened. There's a lot of like wishy-washy crap on the internet, but we know it's hard to trust the internet. So at the end of the day, I haven't seen it happen. And if somebody can prove to me that they're remote viewing me while I do something, then maybe I'll believe it. But until then, you got to show it to me and prove it to me so I can actually see that happens. Because that's a really lofty claim that you can, in your head, view people with your psychic abilities. That's stupid. And if you believe that other people are doing that with absolutely no evidence, you're stupid. That's just how that goes. So if these people were supposed to be able to do all these things again, how did any of this happen? I'll wait. So finally, Don the Dragon's partner turns on him. Didn't see that one coming. He gives his partner like a gun with 2 bullets, and he says like, I knew you'd betray me, so that's why I only gave you 2 bullets, because she ends up shooting like 2 other people. I can't remember. Oh yeah, she shoots the wheelchair guy, and like if he didn't trust her, why would he give her 2 bullets? Because maybe she could have shot the wheelchair guy once and then Don the Dragon once, and they would both be dead. Especially if she was good at it. She's a CIA agent. She should be a good shot, right? But she shot the wheelchair dude twice. So his plan was really flawed, dude. Like, as our friend Tony Stark says, not a great plan. There's a lot of really great crappy sound effects in this movie, by the way. Like when Star Trek style doors in the CIA open and close, they use a sound effect that was used in StarCraft for when the Terran buildings land and take off. I thought that was hilarious. And also some of the glass break noises, it just really the kind of crap that I use, the free stuff that I have to find and use, is what they end up using, which is We finally get a scene where another martial artist comes in and tries to kick Don the Dragon Wilson's ass, and spoiler alert, he doesn't. He's very ineffective, and Don, pretty much like almost everything in this movie, sees it as absolutely no challenge and ends it within a few seconds of a scene, so it's really not a conflict. I swear to God, people shooting at Don the Dragon in this movie are basically stormtroopers. But actually, they're better than stormtroopers, because they don't like shoot at, like, say I'm one of them and I'm shooting at the camera right now, which is obviously something I'm staring directly at. If I shot and just like missed by a little bit, yeah, you know, you're pretty close, you were on. But like, you know, stormtroopers will shoot something here and then end up shooting something like over there, like 350 yards at a 30-degree angle away from what we're talking about. These dudes, like, almost always just miss Don the Dragon. It's crazy. Like, this guy almost gets shot 100 times in this movie. Almost. There's a scene where they get onto a train and they jump on like it's a freight train and it's going really slow. There's a bunch of like nonsense cars in the back, and then eventually they get up to passenger cars. But like, these cars in the back look like they wouldn't carry or store anything. They're awkwardly situated. Like, there's no, usually like you see a freight car is just one open giant box. Like, this has lots of curves in it and little rooms, but no people and nothing at store. It's just nonsense. Nonsense. There's a scene where Don kicks a dude out of a train door, which made me giggle. It's quality. And so Hunter and the other agents are tracking Don through the train, and they start opening fire. They have plenty of time to shoot at him in the populated cars, but they wait till they get into a train car packed with people to open fire on Don the Dragon. And they're CIA agents. Like, collateral damage is a thing. You're not 007. You're gonna get in trouble for accidentally killing civilians, bro. And everybody unloads. Don even shoots back. It's like, dude, can't you just run and not try to accidentally shoot a civilian in the face? What the hell? Top of train fight. There's an obligatory, we get on top of the train and fight.
Come on, come on.
So stupid. They like do the same 3 moves 3 times in a row and then switch positions and do the same 3 moves again 3 times in a row and then switch positions and do it. It's just a rapid succession of crap. I'll play that here. It's hilarious. It's so bad. 100 gets kicked off the train, and I swear to God, the fall didn't look fatal.
Nice try, rookie.
I mean, I guarantee a fall from like 12 or 15 feet is definitely, has the ability to be fatal, especially on falling under the wrong circumstances. Do not get me wrong. But the fall that Hunter takes looks like he landed cushy. And I don't think it would kill him. I think he would be badly injured. He might even be paralyzed. But like, people who apparently fall off this train fall off into lava. They're just dead. So in the end, Don the Dragon Wilson's CIA dad helps him knock all these dirty agents that are trying to kill him. And I think at this point, I don't know if we were supposed to catch on earlier, maybe I just didn't pay good enough attention, but the Don the Dragon's dad took in Don when he was a kid after those CIA experiments because he felt guilty. And he wanted to like bring up Don in a good household, even though the other kids that were in the group that he was in, I guess, got left to their own devices. But Don, for some reason, was like brought in by the CIA leader into some crap. And he's like, son, I'm sorry. Like, it was terrible that I did that. It was terrible that we did that. It was a bad idea, bad choices, bad decisions were being made back then. But I tried to make good on it. And I guess, you know, that's life, bro. And he's like, yeah, I guess it is. So there's one last like really crazy, fucked up scene where they go into like confront this lady agent and a bunch of other agents that are, or like bosses that are carrying out these trials and stuff. And there's one of the dudes from earlier that I guess wasn't dead or that they didn't find, or I don't know, I couldn't pay enough attention. I didn't recognize him. They had him locked in this like creepy thing with a bunch of needles near his head and he's like shivering because I guess he's about to die or something, who knows. Even though he does die, so I guess he is dying. We find out that he's gonna, but so like they confront him and they're like, this is all shut down, we're not gonna do this anymore. And like one of the last scenes in this movie, in a movie that's really messed up so far, like Don the Dragon almost mercy kills some dude who ends up just like dying of a heart attack, I guess, because he's about to get shot in the face by Don, which I guess is better. So the movie ends as Don exits this CIA facility basement where he was kept as a kid and looking in the window of the cell that he was kept in with as a group. The last line of the movie is a callback to an earlier sentence where somebody tells Don the Dragon, like, how long until we all unravel?
Look at Kepler and Hawkins. I mean, how much longer until they completely unravel? How much longer until we all do?
Like, we're all gonna unravel. This is all bad. This is all bad that happened to us. How long until we all go nuts? That's the note they leave you on. That was The Capital Conspiracy. Well, would I recommend you watch this movie? Yes and no. If you like really crappy, funny movies that are shitty and bad and terrible and hilarious, yeah, definitely watch it. If you don't have time for any of that, why are you even here watching this? I think this is one I would recommend watching. It's probably going to be hard for you to find, but if it isn't, get your hands on it, watch it, enjoy it, laugh with your friends, have a drink, you know, smoke it up, do whatever the hell you're going to do, and watch this movie, man. Laugh your ass off. Oh, man. Well, today's Valentine's Day, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this loaded by this evening, but if not, happy Valentine's Day late to you all out there. I love you. I hope you love each other. Thanks for watching Video Hell Show. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, please go down, like, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more fun stuff as always. Talk to you soon. Later.
What the hell?